This is the Berlin Global Dialogue, and I know that it's being hosted for the first time. And I just want to know, as a chairman, how did this idea come into existence?
Yeah, I was, in government with Chancellor Merkel for 10 years, and when you look at the world, there are a lot of problems, and it's not getting easier. The climate change and the war. And therefore, I think there was a need to get together and to discuss things and to have a dialogue. No speeches, but only dialogue, and try to find better solutions to these problems.
My only problem is the fact that we have such forums almost every year. Different countries, global leaders come together, same faces all the time. What is this one going to be anything different from the ones that we've been seeing all the time? Yeah. What makes it different?
Well, we have a lot of young people here. We are actually in the #1 business school in Germany, and so we have selected a lot of students, and they have worked very hard to prepare, and they are contributing. They, for example, just gave us a framework how to solve geopolitical problems, so I think that's a unique thing. Berlin is also a unique venue because you remember Berlin was the city where a peaceful unification with East and West once happened. And I think one of the issues we're discussing here is precisely the global south and the defragmentation of the world. And I think Berlin as a city and the venue and also inviting people which are quite influential but diverse, I think that is a unique mix where we can make a contribution.
The fact that you mentioned Berlin all the time, as an African, this is the exact same place that Africa was partitioned during the Berlin Conference in 1844. And coming in here, the fact that I'm seeing so many countries from the global south, I just want to know, why are they included this time? But also the countries that are included, when it comes to Africa, Ghana is here, South Africa is here. I never saw Gambia because we're talking about global conversation. Can all the countries be included next time, or why not they included this time around?
I would love to, but we are sort of a startup. And this is the first time the conference is happening, so we cannot invite all 160 countries in the world. So we have carefully tried to build bridges to certain countries in Africa. And I think I'm quite happy with the representation of the world which is here. And I think, if this is a successful conference, which I think it is, then we will build on that and we will have more countries represented here next year.
But do you feel like this is going to be a successful conference?
I think so. That's why I'm doing it. Otherwise, I would. The feedback so far is quite good. Yeah.
I'm also enjoying the feedback so far with the people that I'm seeing.
We're happy you're here also.
No, thank you. And one of the things that I really enjoy in here is the fact that you've included young people.
That's the point. I think young people, diverse people. If you look at the panel we just had, we had somebody from India, somebody from Indonesia, somebody from Africa on the panel, together with an American. And I think that was my life always, because I was doing the G20, which has also been criticized for the last 10 years for Germany. But I like that working together, globally with different cultures and different countries, and I think this is what we need more of.
I know G20 was not part of my question, but the fact that you mentioned G20, I just want to know, now Africa has been included,
exactly.
African Union, G21. At what point did you guys decided to add Africa to it?
Well, this has happened after I left, so I think it was during the last year, but Africa was always included in the G20. But not as a continent, or not through the African Union. As South Africa, we always had the presidency of the African Union in the G20. So you always had 3 or 4 African leaders there. But now it's been official, and I think this is a great move to basically bring Africa into the G20.
Final question, what should the world expect after the Berlin Global Dialogue?
Sorry?
What should the world expect? The impact of...
I think we should not expect too much. I think that we've had, and I tell you after the conference, but I think having a dialogue of that form is in itself very important. And I think along these 3 pillars which we've had, which is geopolitical transition, climate transition, and the fair North-South conflict, we will have some idea and some impulses, and we will take it forward. And I already invite you to come back next year, and then we can take stock of what happened this year.
Thank you.
If that's okay.
Thank you so much for talking to me. I appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.